Right, welcome. Today in this video we want to look at how to create a company file for a law firm using Quickbooks Premier. Right, this is for a Zimbabwe law firm. We want to see how you create a company file in which you will do the accounting for the particular law firm. So for you to get started, you have to open your Quickbooks either using the shortcut on your desktop or via the programs file. Right, in my case, I'm going to use the shortcut on my desktop and I'm using Quickbooks Premier 2021 edition. So the first thing that I have to do is just to double click on the Quickbooks icon on my desktop. Then I'll give time to the software to open. I just basically have to wait. It may bring up this update issue. Then if I want, I can just say install now. If I don't want, I can just click on install later. Right, my Quickbooks will launch. Now this is the first time I'm creating the company file, so it will bring up this window, and there are three options: explore Quickbooks desktop, create a new company file, open an existing company file. All right, what do I want to do? I want to create a new company file, so I will select this second option by clicking on it. Right, once I click on it, I will just have to wait a bit for the system to open the next window. Right, so my software will bring up this window. There are three options of creating your company file. There is Express Start, which is this one. Then there is Detailed Start, which we are going to use. Express Start is quicker and shorter. It allows you to quickly create your company file, but without inputting much of the details that are required. Detailed Start, this is what we recommend. You input all your law firm information using this method. Then the create method, this one now you are only using it if you had already created a company file for your law firm previously and you just want to use a backup to create a new one. Right, as I said, we're going to be using Detailed Start, so you have to click on Detailed Start. When you do that, it will bring the easy step window. This is our first window, and we now have to start inputting the information for our law firm. Right, in this tutorial we are creating our law firm, which is called Tanaka Law Chambers. So this is the name of our law firm, so it's Tanaka Law Chambers. So we're putting it in the company name. Then the company name is also our legal name, so Tanaka Chambers. We'll just probably copy and paste it here. Right, then where is it based? We're now putting in the physical address of our law firm. The law firm is based at number 142 Josiah Chinamano, that is in Harare, Chinamano Avenue. So we're typing in the address. Right, then we come down here, we put in the city, which is Harare. Right, here we could type this is in CBD Harare, CBD Harare. Right, then okay, as you can see, I'm typing this professionally here. Now I have to put in the postcode. The postcode for Zimbabwe is 263. Then this company is based in Harare, and here I will put in the phone number. This is the landline. You could put in a mobile number if you don't have a landline. Then here I could type in Zimbabwe. Right, Zimbabwe. Right, then down here on country, I just have to select other, because Zimbabwe is not on the list of this country, so I'll select other. If we have a fax, you could put a fax number there. Then here on this tab, I'm either putting in the registration number received from the Register of Companies, or I'm putting probably a registration number received from the Law Society of Zimbabwe. As I said, this is a law firm, so in my case I'm just putting in the registration number from the Registrar of Companies. Right, then down here you put in the email address. So basically we're putting in the main email address for our law firm, so we're putting in the info@tanaka, right, .co.zw. Right, then here down here we're putting in the website. Yes, we have a website, so we're putting in the website address so that customers and business partners can see us or can find information on our website, Tanaka .co.cw. So this is the first step that we do. After feeding in this information, we then click on next to continue. We are now taken to the select your industry window. Right here we are selecting the industry that we are in. There are a number of industries, so we have to just scroll down, up and down using this. You can scroll up and down and look for an appropriate industry for your business. In this case, this is a law firm, and we just want to find something which is closer, or which an industry which is closer to what we do, which is a law firm. So we've got legal services. So we select legal services because we are doing this for a law firm. So we select legal services, then we click next. Right, then we come here to this window where we are now supposed to select, or yes, of course, select how our law firm is organized. Is it a sole trader? Is it a partnership? Is it a company, either limited by liability or unlimited? Is it a non-profit, or is it anything, any other thing? Right, our law firm is a company, so we select company. If it was a partnership, we're going to select a partnership. So when you're creating your law firm, you have to know, is it a partnership, is it a company, or is it a sole trader? Right, so in our case it's a company, so we're selecting company, then we click on next to continue. Right, then we come to the select the first month of your financial year. A financial year is a period in which we are accounting for the law firm. Usually it runs from January to December. It's a 12-month period. So we have to select the first month. In this case, we are selecting January. It's running from January to December. So our first month is January. Then we click next to continue. Then we come here to this window. Now we have to input an admin password or administrator password. This is the overall person who will be managing the system. Of course, it's optional, but it's necessary because you want control over your system. So you have to input a password, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to input the password, then I will have to confirm the password again. Right, so after having done that, I click on next to continue. Right, now the system is ready to create my Kanban file or our Kanban file. What do I have to do now? I just have to click next to continue. Right, now I'll be taken to this window. So my Kanban file will be saved in this folder on my computer. So I just have to click on save for the system to start creating my Kanban file. So it's now working at 10%. It has to get to 100%. From 10% to 50%, we just have to give it a few seconds for it to create our Kanban file before we continue with further customization. So now it's at 50%, depending on the speed of the machine. Of course, it doesn't have to take much time. It will probably jump from 50 to 90 or to 100. We just have to be a bit patient with it while it does what it does. Right, so this is the first step. Now it's at 90%. It's at 90%. Right, so as I was saying, 99%. This is the first step before we start capturing business transactions into the law firm chart of accounts. Right, so now we are done creating the Kanban file. It has been created, but we have now to customize our business, or customize our Kanban file for the law firm. And now we are continuing. How do we do that? We click on next to continue. Now we are now taken to the window where we're asked, what do we sell? As a law firm, we offer service, legal service. This is what we offer. We don't sell physical products. Of course, we could select both physical and services, but this is a service business, so we select services only. Then we click on next to continue. Then we are taken to, do you charge VAT? If you charge value added tax, we click on yes. Value added tax is charged on the legal services that we offer if you are registered, because we only charge VAT if you are registered with the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority. If we are registered, then we have to click on yes. If you are not, then we click on no. In our case, we're just going to click on no. Then we click on next to continue. Then it will take us to this window where we are asked, do you want to create estimates in QuickBooks? Yes, we want to. Right, estimates are quotations. So we may have clients who just come through and they inquire on a service and they want a quotation. So we want to be able to create those quotations. So we say yes, then we click next to continue. Using statements in QuickBooks. So we're asked, do we issue give statements? Yes, we give, because we may provide legal services on our account, and from time to time we want to pursue those outstanding amounts by issuing out statements. So yes, then we click next to continue. Do we use progress invoicing? No. Progress invoicing mostly is used by contractors, construction companies who are paid after completing a certain stage. So for our purposes, just say no. Right, then we click next to continue. Then do we manage bills? Yes, bills are those bills like your seat of a bill. You have received a service on account, so you want to be managing those bills. So we say yes, then we click on next to continue. Right, do we track time as a law firm? Yes, we track time. You need to know this. We track time because we bill customers based on the time that we spend on their business or on their cases. So yes, we track time as a law firm. Then we click next to continue. Do you have employees? Yes, we have got employees as a law firm. They are the partners who are the lawyers. We also have got supporting staff, but we select no, because the payroll setup which is on QuickBooks is meant for the American market or for the UK market. The setup is not meant for Zimbabwe, so we select no. Then we click next to continue. Then we come here, tracking multi-currency in QuickBooks. Yes, in Zimbabwe at the moment we are in the multi-currency regime. Of course, the main currency is the Zimbabwe dollar, but we use all other currencies. But depending on the law firm, right, we have just to click on yes. Of course, first to say yes, we want to track multi-currencies. But here now we have to select what we term a home currency, which is a reporting currency. But now again, depending on the law firm, you may want to use the US dollar. Instead of using the Zimbabwe dollar, you may want to use the US dollar for purposes of seeing meaningful reports. Because Zim dollar reports, they are okay, but at times because of the changes, volatile changes in the exchange rate, over time they become meaningless. So we would want probably to have our home currency as the US dollar. Then we click next to continue. Right, after having done that, we are then taken to this window where we are to have the chart of accounts created. So we click next to continue. Then on this window, we now have to select the start date. We said our first month is January, so we have to select the start date. Do we want to set this up, our start date, as of today, or do we want it to be at the beginning of the financial year? Of course, we're going to select beginning of this financial year, and that date is 1 January 2023. Then we click on next to continue. Now we are taken to this window which shows the chart of accounts, or the accounts that we're going to be working on. What we basically have to do is to put ticks on those accounts which do not have ticks, so that they appear on our chart of accounts. So you just have to run through this and put ticks against every account which doesn't have a tick. Right, this will help that so that we have got every account which is important on our chart of accounts. You're going to see how this chart of accounts works. A chart of accounts basically it's a list of general ledger accounts. That's what you need to know. It's a list of general ledger accounts, and that's what we use to account for our law firm. So we just have to put a tick against all the accounts that we will be using, so that our chart of accounts is meaningful. Right, this is an exercise which may just take a few minutes, but you have to be patient and do the right thing. What we are doing by setting up, this has to be done correctly, so that when you start accounting for your law firm, you don't have a challenge in terms of having a company file which is not properly set up. So we are done putting a tick against each account. We now just have to click on next to continue. Right, once we have clicked that, we are now congratulated. We've completed the easy step interview and we are ready to go to setup. So we click on go to setup. Right, when we do that, the system will complete the creation of our Kanban file and take us to this window. Right, on this window there are a number of things which are there. We've got this option, add people you do business with. So you could start probably adding your customers and suppliers, of which we're not going to do that. We'll do that in the next videos so that you appreciate how it is properly done. Then there's this other option where you can again start adding services, products and services that you sell. So we could start doing that by clicking on add, and as I said, you could also click on add to add customers and suppliers. So to add products and services, you could click on add, then start doing that. Right here you could start adding your banks, that is the banks that you bank with. So you have got these three options. We are not going to do that at the moment. Instead, we're going to click on start working. This we are going to do later on, and we're going to show you step by step how you do it so that you can really follow and understand how this works. So for us to get started, we just click on start working, right? So when you click on start working, our Kanban file will launch, and we just have to wait for it to finish. So it may prompt us. Previously, when we were creating our Kanban file, we inputted a password for the admin, but as we finish, it may prompt us to put a secure password. Right, not that the one that we put was not secure, but it may just find it weak, so it may prompt us to put a more secure password. So first we have to repeat. We have to input the password that we inputted when we were creating the Kanban file. Then down here we now have to put in a new password which is strong, a combination of special characters and letters and numbers. Right, and you may have to include caps lock letters so that it's complex. So you have to put the new password and confirm it. Then you have to select a challenge question here. There are already questions that you can just select there. Then you put in the security answer. Right, this helps you when you forget the password. Quickbooks you ask you this question, then you have to put in the security answer. Once you have done that, then you click on OK. Right, after clicking on OK, our Kanban file, our password is changed. Then you click on OK for us to be taken into Quickbooks. Right, so now our Kanban file is created, as you can see. Right, up here, the name of our law firm is here, Tanaka Law Chambers. Right, then this may come up, so we just have to close that. Right, so basically this is the home page. This is the home page which has got shortcuts. Then right, let me just probably, okay, let me enlarge that. I want to drag this down. Right, okay, it's not allowing me. Anyway, it's okay. Right, so this is the home page. Let me just probably minimize this. So we've got this home page here. Then we've got these menu buttons which we're going to use in further learning how to account for a law firm in Zimbabwe. So we've got your file, it runs through up to help. So you've got this home page, and you've got this explorer, so to say. So basically, if you have to access anything on Quickbooks, you can use the home page here, or these menu buttons, menu icons, right? Menu buttons at the top there, or this explorer. Right, in doing this, we're going to be using what is up here. Right, once you master what is up here, you've mastered the home page and you've mastered what is here. Right, so basically that's how you set up a Kanban file for your law firm. Today we stop here. We'll continue. Support us to allow us to make more of these videos by subscribing. Subscribe, like the videos if you find them useful, so that we can do more and contribute to the advancement of accounting careers. Thank you.